A tiny 3-degree change in swing path from one swing to another can equate to a miss with your driver of up to 30 yards or more. This can mean the difference between a ball sitting pretty in the fairway or having to take a penalty stroke for a lost ball in the woods or water. In this video, I'm going to break down what swing path actually is, how to measure it with or without a launch monitor, and how to improve your swing path. Once you understand swing path, you'll start hitting the ball a lot straighter. This means more drives in the fairways and more birdie chances with your irons. Optimizing your swing path is one of, if not the most important pieces of your golf swing. In fact, of all the data points they track, TrackMan listed it as the second most important piece of data that amateur golfers should track. It can be confusing and sometimes convoluted in the teaching world, so we're going to keep it simple and basic and focus on what really matters for improving your swing and lowering your scores. First of all, let's define swing path. Swing path and club path are used interchangeably and they mean the same thing. Swing path is the direction that your club head is traveling the moments into impact relative to your target line. If your club is moving straight towards the target line, that's called a neutral swing path. For a right-hander, if your club head is moving to the right of the target, that's considered an in to out swing path. And conversely, if your club head is traveling left of the target into impact, that's considered an out to in swing path. To put it simply, golf gets a lot easier when you're swinging towards your target rather than drastically right or left of it. Owning your swing path is the first step in the process in owning your shot shape. Now, real quick, I went from a 15 handicap all the way to a scratch, all without taking a single golf lesson. I created this YouTube channel to share all the tips, tricks, and secrets I learned along the way to help speed up your progress to playing better golf and lowering your scores. Now, let's talk about how to actually measure your swing path. The most precise way to do it is with a launch monitor. You've probably all heard about TrackMan or GC Quad, but there are also more budget-friendly options on the market like the Mevo Plus Pro or the Launch Pro that both come in at $2,000 to $3,000. If you have access to a launch monitor, you're going to see your swing path measured in degrees. 0 degrees means a neutral swing path. You swung directly at your target line. If your swing path is a negative number, it means you have an out to in swing path. And if your swing path is a positive number, you have an in to out swing path. If you don't have access to a launch monitor, don't worry, there's still ways to monitor and improve your swing path. Grab your phone and tripod and film your swing in a down the line angle. Camera location is important. Make sure your camera is directly behind your elbow, parallel to your target line at elbow height. After you record your swing, draw a plane line in a video editing app connecting the ball through your trail elbow. If you want to learn more about swing plane and the importance of it, I've linked a video I did last month below. Once you've drawn this plane line, watch your club head and see in relation to this plane line, where is your club head? Is it over the plane or under plane the moments leading into impact? If your club head is above that plane line the moments leading into impact, your club path is trending out to in. Conversely, if your club head is below that plane line leading into impact, you most likely have an in to out swing path. Another trick to track swing path without a launch monitor is to take a look at your divot pattern after you hit the ball. Now remember, unless you hit it fat, meaning you hit the ground before the ball, the divot is the moments after impact. Knowing that our swing is an arc, your swing path is going to trend a little bit more in to out than your divot line. So for example, if your divot is traveling directly at your target line, your swing path was most likely a few degrees in to out. It's not as precise as a launch monitor, but it's a great way to monitor your swing path, especially out on the course. All right, now for the most important part. We know what swing path is, we know how to measure it. How do we improve it to make us more accurate and lower our scores? The first step in improving something is to know what we're working towards. Here are my personal guidelines for swing path. I try to keep my swing path within a 3-degree variation. What this means is if I want to hit the ball straight, I don't want it curving left or right, I like to keep my swing path from 1.5 degrees into out to 1.5 degrees out to in. Conversely, if I want to play a draw, I want to make sure my swing path is between 3 degrees into out to 0 neutral straight down the target line. And the same holds true for playing a fade. I want my swing path to be 0 neutral or 3 degrees out to in. I've found that anything outside of that 3-degree variation makes it very difficult to control our misses, our dispersion starts getting wider, and our ball striking starts becoming more inconsistent with more heel or toe strikes. In general, the further your swing path is away from 0, the more curve on the ball we'll need to see to bring our ball back to the target. One thing to remember when deciding which swing path is ideal for you is that the golf swing is an arc, which means swing path will be heavily dependent on ball position. For example, if you're hitting your driver and the ball is much more towards the front foot, you're very more likely to see an out to in swing path. Conversely, if you're hitting your pitching wedge back in your stance, you're very much more likely to see an in to out swing path. Now that we have our swing path goals ironed out, how do we work towards achieving those goals? If your swing path isn't where you want it to be, the first thing I always bust out is the most simple tool in the bag. It's an alignment stick. Sometimes if your swing path isn't where you want it to be, it's simply because you're opened up too far left or right with your feet and shoulders, and you're simply swinging down the alignment of your body. So sometimes it can be as simple as squaring back up to your target, and your swing path will follow suit, swinging right towards your target. If your alignment is solid and your swing path still isn't where you want it to be, here are 2 drills that can help you improve your swing path. If you're struggling with an over-the-top move and an out-to-in swing path, give this drill a try. Place an old driver head cover just outside and behind the golf ball and focus on hitting the inside of the golf ball and not touching the head cover. If you swing too far out to in, you're going to hit the head cover, which gives reinforcement to bring your swing to a more neutral path. Especially at the start, I like doing this drill at 50% speed. It helps build the feel of a neutral swing path before swinging too hard. And then as you get more comfortable, slowly increase the speed and effort level of the swing. One tip when doing this is ignore the ball flight. That's heavily influenced by your club face angle. When practicing to improve swing path, only focus on swing path and not club face. We'll focus on that another time. Now, a second drill to help improve swing path is a drill I see Justin Thomas doing a lot. For this drill, start your swing at P2, focusing on your arm and club, creating a straight line towards the target. This helps improve your takeaway, which oftentimes swing path issues are predicated because of a certain takeaway. On that note, use that same plane line we drew earlier to see if your takeaway is veering one way or the other compared to that plane line. Oftentimes, if we get that takeaway more neutral on that plane line, our swing path into the golf ball will be drastically improved. Again, I have an awesome video about the swing plane linked below. Owning your swing path sets you up for success, and when you do own your swing path, it makes golf a whole lot easier. Give this video a like, make sure to comment below on any swing path questions you have, and subscribe for future videos to help improve your golf game.